Wouldn't it be nice to have a rifle for backyard plinking that has enough power to take out a few cans and enjoy safely with the family, but can be changed to some harder hitting power when you're out and about on your own? And maybe a semi-automatic style too? This could be what you're looking for. Hello and welcome to AAR On Air. Today it's the turn of the ASG Tac Repeater, an 88 gram CO2 powered rifle that, as the name suggests, is a repeater, or semi-automatic style rifle, which has the odd trick up its sleeve. Let's take a closer look, shall we? This all-black CO2 rifle is £189 UK, but you're going to need to add to that price the cost of a metal upgrade magazine, because this little item is the secret to this rifle, but more about that later on. This is 1075mm long and weighs in at around 2.5 kilograms. It is light because it is predominantly plastic, which makes it easier for the rest of the family to be able to use. From the front we can see the fibre optic non-adjustable front sight, which sits on a shotgun style barrel that flows back to the adjustable rear sight, which is actually adjustable for elevation and windage. Behind that is the top rail if you want to add a small scope or red dot. The ambidextrous stock from front to rear rubberized butt pad is all plastic, with stippling to the front grip area and the pistol grip area. The butt has a rather nice see-through design to it. At the front we find the cover for the 88 gram CO2, which has a small rail on the bottom for bipod, etc. There is the press pad on the underside to release the front section, which reveals the CO2. In this one I fitted the Walther adapter rather than use a full 88 grams, which is always an option and has no effect on the power output at all. Loading this is done by first filling the supplied 12 round plastic magazine. This is done by loading them skirt first, because the hole immediately behind the pellet has a reduced diameter. This is designed to reduce the power to give the rifle no more than 1.7 joules. At this point I should point out that this magazine prefers the flathead style pellets because the others stand slightly proud and can get stuck within the mechanism. Once loaded up, drop it into the side gate, close up, lock into place with the side lock, pull back on the charging type handle to cock, aim, and then just keep pulling the trigger, because this will fire as fast as you can pull it until all 12 rounds have gone downrange at a fairly safe and lower power. Now, if you buy the metal magazine, which is loaded in the normal way and isn't pellet fussy at all, drop that into place and lock, and there's no restriction on this magazine for the air, so the power increases the velocity of the pellet going down range, giving you more hitting power and more effective range. The trigger is the part that's doing all the work here, because it is that action that rotates the magazine, and as such it does become a little stiff. But it's well usable, and you soon find yourself focusing on the rapid fire that's available to you rather than the trigger. So let's have a look at those power levels with the different magazines then. Firstly, the plastic restricted magazine. That saw a maximum of 278 feet per second using some flathead 7.22 grain 177 pellets. Don't be tempted to use BBs, by the way, in this, because it is a rifle barrel. So that speed equated to 1.24 foot-pounds or 1.68 joules. So it is within the 1.7 joules maximum. Next up then, the metal magazine loaded with the light 7.33 grain JSBs. This saw a maximum of 603 feet per second, which is 5.92 foot-pounds or 8.03 joules. So whilst it isn't hunting type power, it is more than enough to destroy any tin can type targets you may be shooting at. One thing to just bear in mind is this is a semi-automatic style gun, and as such it doesn't have an automatic safety. It is a manual one placed in thumb position behind that top rail. So you need to remember this if you're out and about using it, having fun with the family. This is great fun to use as a back garden plinker and destroy some unwanted crockery or empty tin cans, or even use on some of the host of different drop-down targets that are available on the market. It's stylish, easy to use, and above all, it won't break the bank. Thanks for watching.